The elite. It's sort of an interesting group. You know, as I've put up some of these videos, sort of, you know, taking on the big guys on Wall Street, and, you know, standing up for the guys that are getting killed and taking advantage on, you know, on Robinhood and all these platforms. You know, now that they finally actually made some gains, you got to attack them. You got to crush them. And so, you know, I've been talking about this, and they're like, people have said, hey, you know, Don, you know, aren't you part of the elite? And it's actually a really good question. I mean, I think what people have to make a distinction in is that the elite doesn't just mean you have a big bank account, you know, a big balance sheet. There's a difference. I mean, there's plenty of people in sort of the elite that may not even have a lot of money, but, you know, they're fancy themselves as part of that group, and that group accepts them. It's sort of different. It's like why you see Donald Trump, all these people all of a sudden trying to distance themselves from him for the last few years. Now, those people were more than happy, you know, to take his check for their charities. You know, those people on those circuits, well, they love it if he spends money, maybe he makes a donation in kind, whatever it may be. You know, they love you for your money. Just like, you know, the big institutions and the Robin Hoods of the world, they love the little guy when they're playing as long as you're expected to lose. Once you actually win, it's a different story. And so I think you have to look at the way sort of they've treated my father, our family. You know, we may have the big balance sheet and bank accounts, and God knows we've been blessed that way. But they wouldn't ever really fully embrace us. Now, that's just fine with me because candidly, it's never been my thing. I think what's been sort of interesting about politics is I can actually talk about the things that I actually care about, the people I want to be with. Those values sort of line up a lot more with me, with the full understanding that I get it. I'm the son of a rich guy. So, you know, these days I'm not allowed to have an opinion, let alone articulate that opinion, let alone do so aggressively on a large platform, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, you know, I understand that, but, you know, I guess I got a lot of that sort of, you know, upbringing from my grandfather and his sort of, you know, blue-collar roots as an electrician from communist Czechoslovakia maybe kept me grounded. All my friends seem to be much more in tune with regular people. And again, I understand that I'm blessed, you know, and we've, you know, more than I could ever possibly ask or hope for. So that is still a distinction between that and being the elite. You're not the elite if they're trying to attack you all the time. You're not part of that group. Again, they're happy to use you for the check. They're happy to take advantage of you. But once you start winning at the game, that's when they strike. That's when they do whatever they can to prevent it. The whole system is rigged, guys. If you've been watching for the last couple of days on Wall Street, it's rigged there too. It's not just politics. Yeah, Trump can play. Let him get in the game. He's not going to actually do anything. Oh, man, now he's done something. We got to attack. We got to prevent that from ever happening again. Right? Wall Street bets, hedge funders, short retail store, let's try to crush them. These guys take the opposite bet, do it in full force. They stay in there, they're hang tough. Now we must crush them. Let's shut down that platform. It's all rigged. You only think you have that freedom to be able to do whatever you want. But the second you challenge those norms of the establishment and of the elite, they're going to shut you down and crush you. So now that we've opened our eyes, Donald Trump opened our eyes to this over the last few years. Wall Street has opened our eyes to it over the last few days. It's across the board, guys. It's not just in one sector. So remember that. Don't just generalize people or group them in a certain way because they may have balance sheet, because there's plenty of people that, again, they're more than happy. The elite are more than happy to take their money. Doesn't mean they'll ever be part of the group. And honestly, for me, if I'm never part of that group, I couldn't care less. Have a good weekend.